Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Giggity, real name is Mark, and in today's video, first of all, I'd like to apologize for not uploading for 2 days. As you guys can clearly tell, based on this video, I have been literally non-stop playing Battlefield 6. I am in love with this game. I think it's absolutely incredible, and holy crap does it take me back to my old days of playing Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3. It feels so similar to those games, just in a modern form packet, and it is incredible. I'm enjoying every single second of it. Well, most seconds of it. And so yeah, sorry for those 2 days, but I also wanted to do a first impressions video, a initial review video after the launch of the game, but didn't want to do it off of like 1 day like most YouTubers do, because I feel like that's just not really enough time. And so at this point, I guess I'll tell you like my level or whatever and all that stuff. I am currently level 25 with a 1.9 KD. However, I'm recording this the night before this goes live, so at the time of this video going live, I'll probably be closer to level 30. But I have a 1.9 KD. Yes, I'm a sweat, but this game is so much fun, and no SBMM means that I'm not even trying that hard, actually. It's like, yeah, it sounds like I'm a sweat because I got a 1.9 KD, but not really. Like, it's just also due to the fact that you get revived a lot. It helps a lot with boosting your KD and everything like that. I'm just pretty decent. I don't want to toot my own horn here, but decent at Battlefield since I've been playing for so long. It takes I think I'm pretty good. So I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, level 25 with a 1.9 KD. This guy's a sweat. This guy's a try hard. Like, maybe, man, but I don't know. I'm having a freaking great time. That's all I really care about. But yeah, so I want to just talk about everything that I've noticed so far, all the things that I love about the game, which, I mean, pretty much everything is in the game that I love, but everything that I like about the game like really stands out and something that I really love about the game, and then all the things that I think are slight problems or need addressing at some point. And yeah, that's the whole plan for today's video. I just messed up I have an orange in my hand because I'm like fidgeting with it while talking. I just poked a hole in it, so now it's gonna go bad if I don't eat it. Damn, that sucks. Either way, movie of the day, my bad, is called Lion King. Ever heard of it? Yeah, of course you've heard of it. It's a freaking banger, though. I don't care what anybody says. I watched this just the other day as a 25-year-old man, and I freaking loved it. Okay? Also, I want to put this out there right now before the video goes live, since the Battlefield community is like, oh, you're only allowed to have an opinion if you've played old Battlefields, which, by the way, is the corniest thing of all time. But I did play old Battlefields. As a matter of fact, in Battlefield 4, I'm max level 140 on my Xbox and level like 60 or something on my PlayStation. And in Battlefield 3, I never reached max level. Actually, I only got to like level 70. But either way, I've played them. In Battlefield 1, I played a little bit too. Battlefield 5, I touched once, I think, and then gave up on it. Same with 2042 and Hardline. But I never played any of the ones before that. So I don't know. I'd consider myself worthy of talking about Battlefield 6 and what I think should happen. In terms of the editing and everything for this video, there isn't going to be one. This is just going to be like a straight cut, me talking to the camera. In the background, I'm just going to put some of my gameplay up on the screen so you guys can watch me play, I guess, so you're not bored. And yeah, I guess that's really it. I don't really know what else to say here, besides let's just get right into it. Like I said, these are just my first thoughts, and if there's something I don't mention here, it's not because I don't think it's good, it's probably just because it like slipped my mind. Like, for example, the gunplay in this game is absolutely amazing, and it feels incredible the way the guns have recoil and bloom. I love it. It takes me back to old Battlefield, like I said. But I don't mention that as like one of my points. You know what I mean? So that's all there is really to it. The maps is something else I didn't really mention in this video, but I guess I'll address it right now real quick, because I've seen a lot of people online say that the maps aren't good. I don't agree, man. I really don't. I think the maps in this game are absolutely incredible. There are like 1 or 2 stinkers in the game, but as a matter of fact, I think one of the weakest maps in the game is Operation Firestorm. I know it's a hot take to say that because it's the only remastered map in the game, but I think it's really weak. I think that map and New Sobek City are both not the most enjoyable maps, but even those I have a great time playing. Like, it's just sometimes they're a little bit frustrating because it's just such long lines of sights. It's a sniper's paradise, it's a tank's paradise, and so that's really it. But yeah, I don't really notice any big major problems with the maps. Sure, a lot of them are more close quarters than Battlefields in the past, but at the same time, man, I feel like most players' favorite map in Battlefield 4 was Operation Locker, and in Battlefield 3 it was Operation Metro. Like, we like the small maps. People like act like they don't, but we do. We clearly do, because that's like, there's always 24/7 playlists or 24/7 servers on those games with those maps. So I don't know, I don't really have too big of a problem with the smaller, closer range maps. I will say, if you're like a helicopter pilot, if you love flying in the attack helicopters, or if you love flying the jets around, then this game might not be for you, because there's only a couple maps with those in there. And so maybe that's a slight problem if you're a big fan of those things. I've been trying actually this game to get into learning how the jets work, so I really want to be good at them, but I just suck. But either way, the first thing I wanted to say, and this is one of my complaints, one of the cons I think about the game, is sniper aim assist on consoles. Strictly the sniper rifles. I don't think this is only happening to me. My friends haven't really used the snipers yet, but I I don't know what is going on with the sniper aim assist in this game. It feels so weird. It's like, it feels like it's pulling away from the enemy. It's like extremely strong, but in the wrong way up close. At range, it's fine, because the aim assist pretty much drops off for the most part. But at closer range engagements, which I understand is not what you're supposed to be doing with a sniper anyways, but I'm not even talking like 10 feet in front of you. I'm talking like maybe 50 to 100 feet in front of you. It's weird. It like pulls it away. There's been multiple times where I'm like aiming at somebody, trying to line up a shot, and it's like I have to freaking yank my stick over as much as I possibly can to line it up with his head, because it just doesn't want to line up with his head. I don't know what it is, but I think they need to tweak the aim assist just for snipers. Everything else feels pretty much fine, but the sniper aim assist on controller feels odd to me. It feels different. It doesn't feel anything like sniping in Battlefield history, in my opinion. I don't know what's up with that. This is another thing I wanted to mention. This is a good thing. Well, not a good thing, more just a recommendation. Like I said, this is just my initial thoughts, man. One of the things is I usually hate when developers just remaster maps and call it new content. You know, everybody kind of does. Everybody's like, that's lazy. It's not new content. Make something new. But dude, I'm gonna be honest, man, this game would freaking be incredible with some Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 remastered maps in it. Oh my god. Like, I just want to put it out there, man. Even like the ones that people forget about, like Flood Zone, for example, in Battlefield 4, Parcel Storm, dude, Hainan Resort, Golmud Railway, like Rogue Transmission. Dude, that would be so much fun. That would be so much fun. I just want to see, I just think that I'm excited to see what they bring to the table for new maps, considering the maps at launch, I think, like I said, are pretty good. And so I'm excited to see what they bring for new maps. Don't get me wrong, but man, it would be cool to see some of those old Battlefield 4 and Battlefield 3 remastered maps in this game. I think it'd be awesome. I think it would be really, really cool. Next is, the content is great. Absolutely great. Don't get me wrong. But I am just so freaking excited to see what they have in store for us in the future. I don't think I've been this excited for like a season 1 drop where they're gonna like drop new maps and new guns or whatever for a video game since oh my god, I don't even know, man. Maybe Black Ops 4. I was really excited for the Black Ops 4 drop back in the day. I don't know why, but I was. But yeah, this game, man, oh my god, I'm excited. I am so excited to see what these guys give us for content in the future, and that's a really good sign. I know most players in the Battlefield community especially do not like the idea of a live service game for Battlefield. Don't get me wrong, I don't like that idea either, but if Battlefield, like, the possibilities are endless. As long as Battlefield actually works their butts off on it, they can just give us a game with a ridiculous amount of content. Like, 9 maps that are as large as they are at launch is more than enough content, don't get me wrong. I've seen people complaining about that. There's only 9 maps at launch. Call of Duty has 16 at launch. Yes, but Call of Duty typically has more maps because those maps are maybe 1/10 the size of a Battlefield map. So it makes sense, obviously. It takes a lot of time to make Battlefield maps over Call of Duty maps. And so 9 maps is fine, and also 45 guns at launch is very respectable. Like, that's incredible. Again, I'm just going to keep referring to Call of Duty because it's obviously its main competition here. Call of Duty last year, Black Ops 6's launch, had 33 weapons at launch, and 2 of those were melees and 2 of those were launchers. So really only 29 actual, like, ranged guns. This game has 45 ranged guns. It has 3 grenade launchers, not counting the assault grenade launchers, and it has 3 melees. It has just so much more weapons in the game than Call of Duty. And again, even though it has less maps, the maps are significantly larger, and so it's way more, you know what I mean, way more content. The content is absolutely incredible. I'm not complaining about the content at all in this point. I just wanted to put it out there that I'm extremely excited to see where they go with content in the future. So excited. Like, just please, for the love of God, though, Battlefield, stick to your roots. You know what I mean? Just be realistic. Keep it the way it is. I mean, obviously, fix some bugs or whatever, but keep, you know, the gunplay and the maps and everything realistic the way that Battlefield is supposed to be realistic, and just give us more content. That would be unbelievable. Like, I'm just so excited. Again, I want to make it abundantly clear, I'm not saying the game is lacking content. It is absolutely not. There is plenty of content here. You'll have a blast in this game. Again, I'm level 25, man. I've played like 12 or 13 hours already in 2 days. I'm a loser. I know. I need a freaking girlfriend. I get it. But trust me, man, there's a ton of content. Ton of content. Absolutely incredible amount of content. Almost half the maps, I will say, are a slight downside here. Almost half the maps are impossible to play as a sniper currently, in my opinion. However, I want to make it abundantly clear that in Battlefield, it takes a while for players to understand the best sniper spots per map. Okay, so give it some time, and I think maybe in the future, people will start to find the spots later on for snipers that are good and powerful. But as of right now, based on like the first couple of days of the game being live, Liberation Peak is clearly a good snipers map, and Sodek, whatever that thing is, Sodek, Siege of Sodek, what was that map called? Sodek Sawmill, Sodek Butt Sniffer. What is it called? Hold on one second. I have it written down here. New Sobek City. That's what it is. Yeah, New Sobek City. Those are two really strong sniper maps, but I mean, most of the other maps like Liberation, or not Liberation Peak, Iberian, whatever that one was, Saints Quarter, Manhattan Bridge. A lot of these maps I definitely don't think are great for snipers right now, so that is something I think they should work on in the future. Just maybe give us a couple more maps where snipers are viable options. I don't think they should be as broken as they are in New Sobek City. New Sobek City, I mean, snipers are like controlling that map, unfortunately, but yeah, I don't know. I think they should work on it a little bit. Like again, they've given us a lot of closer quarters maps so far, and I like the close quarter maps. Don't get me wrong, but definitely for the snipers, I think it's a little bit lacking. Same with vehicles. Actually, again, if you're really into helicopters and jets, you might be a little bit upset and disappointed just because there's only a couple maps that even have those on the maps, and even less said, like, they're actually game changing. So next thing though, the portal thing, I know it was in Battlefield 2042. I didn't play Battlefield 2042, so I never really knew anything about it. So this is my first like introduction to the whole portal idea. Perfect, most incredible idea I think of all time. Shipment 24/7 only up game modes, like that game only up that was really popular. The people are making that already. Parkour modes and gravity bridge things, like in GTA where you see the guys running up the really steep slope and cars are falling down on them. That is unbelievably extremely cool, and it's only 2 days after release and people are already making that. I'm also even more excited just to see like the game modes and maps that the community makes that are serious, that actually get added into the game as like serious competitive games. Like the possibilities here are absolutely endless, and if Battlefield works on this and actually like listens to their community and puts some of these game modes, obviously I understand they can't do shipment 24/7 because it's copyright issues, but if they actually put some of these like game modes into their game, oh my god, like I think it's one of the coolest things in a new video game, like a new online massive competitive video game since literally I can't even remember like the last time something this cool was out. Like I'm genuinely dead serious. I think this is probably the coolest thing of online video game has done in an extremely long freaking time. The possibilities here are quite literally endless. Like there is no end to them. We will never see like what this amounts to, because people will always just be experimenting and always working further and further on it. The portal thing, I am not only in support of, I love it. I think the portal thing alone is worth the $70 for the game. Dead serious. And I haven't even really played any, except for I did try the shipment 24/7 one, but besides that I haven't played any of them. I just know they're there, and I'm just so happy about that. Another thing actually that I'm super happy about, that it's just like a quality of life thing. Server browsers. Server browsers are back. I don't know if they were gone in Battlefield 2042. I don't know if they ever left the Battlefield franchise, but I know they're in Battlefield 6, and that's all I care about, man. It is awesome being able to just server browse. That is just like peak, man, peak. No SBMM. I keep saying no SBMM, by the way, but there might be a chance that there is SBMM in the game. I don't see it. I don't feel it in this game, and if it is, it's really weak. It's definitely not like COD's SBMM. It feels nice and fine. And with the server browser, I don't think you could do SBMM, you know, because that wouldn't really make much sense because you're browsing through servers. So yeah, I don't think there's SBMM in this game, and the server browser kind of proves that, and the server browser in general is just incredible. Here's another, okay, I've been glazing it a lot, so let's dial it back a little bit and talk about one of the things I think might be a little bit of a problem, but honestly, this one's weird. Okay, so let me just say what I have written down here. The weapon XP takes a little bit too long, in my opinion. Yes, it's Battlefield, and they've always taken a while to level up certain things. That's just how Battlefield is. But this one feels a little bit ridiculous. I got to level 25, like I said, using probably like 50% of the time I used the MP5. And the other 50%, I was just like experimenting. Whenever I unlocked a new gun, I would use it for a match. But then I'd go right back to my MP5 because I wanted to level that one up first. It's only level 13. I have exactly 5 hours played with that gun, so a little bit less than half the time that I have on the game played with that gun, and I have a 2.7 KD with it, so I do pretty good, and I had like a game where I went 50 and 14 with it. Like, I do pretty good. I get a lot of XP per game, and the levels are only going to continue to get harder from here for this weapon as well. Like, I can only imagine how long it would take to go from level 49 to level 50. It's going to take ridiculously long, and I think it might be just a tad bit too long, but at the same time, this is the problem where it's like, I don't know, because this is the first time I've been actually sinking hours into a Battlefield game in years. And so maybe it's just my COD mind speaking. Maybe I've just been like programmed to think that it's normal to be able to like level up a gun fully in quite literally like 2 days, not even if you wanted to. I honestly can't really tell right now. I honestly know it's there, and I know it's a hot topic people want to talk about, and it's definitely a topic on my mind too. So I wanted to give you guys my opinions currently, which I do think currently it could use a little bit of a nerf for the amount of time it takes to fully level up a weapon. But at the same time, I totally understand the other side of the argument, where it's like, this game's gonna be out for years. it's gonna take some time to level up your weapons, and that's Battlefield, you know. And I do understand that side too. I don't know. Is all I'm trying to say, man. I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough to freaking. I think I don't know. I really don't know when it comes to the whole freaking weapon XP thing. It is something that's on everyone's mind though, and it's been on mine, like I said too. But I just can't really tell. I think. Let's put it this way: if they kept it the way it was, I definitely wouldn't be mad. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna stop playing the game if they keep the weapon XP rates the same as they are right now. Okay, but I do think, in my personal opinion, I would dial it back just a tad. Not a lot though. Not a lot at all. Like maybe let's say right now it takes 50 hours of using a weapon in order to get that weapon max level. Maybe tune it back to 40. You know, like I think that'd be great. Next thing is another little bit of a con, a little bit of a downside, and this only happens a little bit, but you start to notice it more and more as you play the game. The spawns are a little horrible if you're just spawning on a flag. Obviously, if you're spawning on your squad mates, it's whatever. But if you're spawning on a flag, it seems like there's only like 4 different areas where you're like the game spawns you in, and it tries to find you the area where there's the least amount of enemies. Sure, but sometimes that's not possible with only having 4 spawns. And so it will sometimes just spawn you quite literally directly in front of enemies' lines of sights, which is insane considering they won't let you spawn in on a teammate that's in combat, even though they let you spawn in on a flag when there's an enemy staring directly at you. There have been multiple times now. It doesn't happen enough to the point where it's like you're like, wow, this game's unplayable, and people are like spawn trapping the entire game. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely happens a little bit, and I think they should just work on the spawns just a little bit. Just add a couple more per flag, you know, just add maybe 2 or 3 more spawns per flag, and I think that'd be great. Right now, it's really not, again, it's really not that bad. You start to notice it as you play the game more and more that the spawns are a little bit of a problem here. Next thing is another glaze, because I feel like we just talked about 2 bad things, so I want to talk about a glaze thing. The matchmaking is absolutely incredible. The amount of time it takes me to find a match is like, it's quite literally instantaneous. For a match with 64 players in it, by the way, Call of Duty, learn your lesson. No, to be fair, Call of Duty with the open skill-based matchmaking playlist, actually you matched in with matches extremely fast in that game too, so respect to Call of Duty for that too. But I just wanted to glaze Battlefield for this. I mean, dude, you find a whole 64 people in like 10 seconds. It's freaking great. It's absolutely incredible. Oh, I did want to bring that up. I forgot to mention it in the intro. We're already 17 minutes into the video, but yeah, most of my time is played on Conquest. I've tried every single game mode, at least all the official game modes, none of like the community game modes, like I said, but all the official game modes, I've tried them all, but I'm just a big Conquest guy. I always kind of have been, so I just keep playing Conquest. Dude, I already got my first like sniping a pilot out of a helicopter kill. I was so excited. I'm still trying to get the RPG on a jet that's flying by kill though. Once that oh man, I can't wait. I literally have the RPG on my engineer class. I pretty much strictly play engineer. I freaking love engineer. I've always been an engineer noob. I just big butthole man, blow things up, yay. So I freaking love it. And I have my RPG on the engineer class, and every time I see a freaking jet fly over me, I just shoot one just in case it hits. And when it does, oh, I'm gonna freak out. The sniper one was so cool too. You guys would have loved it. I wish I saved it or something. Oh, I think I did actually. Ooh, I'll try. Okay, if I remember, I'll try putting it in this video, but I can't. I don't even know if I actually have it saved. But yeah, I sniped somebody out of a helicopter. It made me so happy. The freaking first time. But anyways, that is so just random and rambly. I just wanted to bring it up though. But yeah, the matchmaking is absolutely incredible. It's extremely quick, and I'm having nothing but praise for the matchmaking so far. It's very, very fast. There is something I will mention. Actually, we'll go over them right now. The bugs. Let's talk about the bugs. For those who don't know, EA and DICE and Battlefield Studios have a bit of a history to releasing buggy messes of games. I think this one is different, but it's definitely not perfect. Let's just leave it at that. There are definitely quite a bit of bugs in this game, but I don't really notice any that are extremely game breaking. But I'll go over all the ones that I personally have noticed so far. I haven't read up on anybody else complaining about bugs. I know that apparently people trying to launch the game through EA Play couldn't play for like 6 hours after release. So like that's obviously a pretty big bug. But they compensated them by giving them like 12 hours of double weapon and double soldier XP, which is really cool too. So I think they kind of made up for themselves in that one. So that one is something that I don't have written down here, but again, it's because it's something I haven't really noticed myself. So these are all the ones that I've just noticed and have popped up for me personally. And I honestly really think the sniper aim assist thing is a bug, by the way. I just want to point that out. I think that's not how it's supposed to feel, because the sniper aim assist in this game feels really wrong, and so I hope it's a bug. I hope they fix it. But either way, the first one of the bugs that I've noticed so far is sometimes when running, your character will literally just randomly fly into the air when walking over debris. Like you'll like be running, and if your character like goes over, like hits into a debris to go over it, your character will just jump like 10 feet in the air for some reason sometimes. Doesn't do anything bad whatsoever. It never like kills you, but if you're trying to like stealthily attack somebody and they just see it pop up over the house real quick and then go back down, obviously that could get you killed. It's kind of a funny glitch, and it happened to my friend one time when we were playing, and it was hilarious. Also, by the way, another thing I wanted to say. God dang, I have a rambling problem, man, but I did want to mention this. This game is freaking huge right now. Like, everyone's playing it, and that makes me so freaking happy. This is the first time I think there's ever been a Battlefield game that's been this loved. Ever in Battlefield's history. I think this is the first time a Battlefield game has gotten this much praise. I have been playing with my two friends. Their names are Patrick and Ethan. They have work. And we stayed home pretty much all weekend like a bunch of losers, and literally just sat there all weekend playing for hours on end, like literally hours, dude. And they both are freaking in love with it. I'm in love with it. We are having just such a good freaking time. There's so many like, oh my god, yes, like extremely happy moments in this game. It is freaking great. I love it so much. The freaking revive system just alone brings for some of the most cinematic Battlefield moments of all time. It is incredible. I know I've already said this, but god, man, I cannot recommend this game more. I literally can't. I think anybody that likes any sort of first-person shooter game will love this. It obviously, if you're a Call of Duty guy, it will take some getting used to, but please stick with it. I think you'll fall in love with it. That's how Battlefield is, though. It always takes some getting used to it. There's a learning curve there for sure. Either way, next bug. Sorry, I just went on that little rant of a tangent. For those who don't know, I got a little bit of ADHD action, so sometimes I just lose my train of thought and I just start rambling on about things, but dude, it just makes me so happy to glaze the game. Like, dude, I'm literally trying, like, I can't wait to end this recording so I can go play more. Like, I'm not even joking, man. I cannot wait. I haven't worked out. I haven't gone on walks. I haven't socialized at all. I've just been freaking gaming like a big loser. And it's just, I don't even care. I'm happy. I'm happy as hell. Next bug, though, sorry. Next bug that I've noticed, and this one is freaking annoying as hell. And actually, you know how I said there's no real game-breaking bugs? Well, this is one of them that I think is kind of game-breaking. For some reason, sometimes the game music will be stuck on for the whole match, and the score will just not go down on your screen. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't get it. It seems like some sort of crossplay issue, because it never has happened to either of my other friends, and they're playing on PlayStation, and I'm playing on Xbox. And so it seems like some sort of crossplay when you're squadding up with players issue, where for some reason the guy that's not on the party leader or the squad leaders console might have this issue happen for them, because it's happened to me like literally 4 times already. And to be fair, we've probably played like 20 or to 30 games now, and so 4 times isn't that bad, but at the same time it's 4 times more than I want it to be. Like, it makes the entire game, like the menu music in the game, you listen to that throughout the entire game, and it's really annoying. I could deal with the whole not being able to see your tickets thing, like that's a little annoying, and obviously but since I'm playing with my friends, I could just be like, hey, what's the score? And they just tell me what the score is, so I know. But the freaking music, man, is frustrating. And I know someone's gonna be like, well, just turn off the music then if that's a problem. No, because actually one of my things I wanted to bring up here is that I love the music. I love the menu music. I think the menu music is perfect for this freaking game. So I don't want to turn the music off, because then it's gonna ruin the atmosphere when I log into the game, when I'm sitting in the menus, when I'm waiting for my next match. And at the beginning of Battlefield matches, they always play like the best music ever. I don't want to turn that off. I just don't want it to play while I'm freaking trying to fight people throughout the entire 20-minute conquest game. I think that's a little much. I think that's okay for me to ask. Come on. Next thing is, like, 50% of the matches I try playing with those same friends I just mentioned, so again, this might be a crossplay issue. One of us, and most of the time it's me, just doesn't get to play the match for some reason. Like, it literally will, like, they'll load into a new match, and I'll be sitting there, and it's happened so many times to us now that I've noticed when it's happening before it even happens. Like, I'll be like, oh, wait a minute, the glitch is about to happen. Are you guys loading into a game? And they're like, yeah. Are you not? And I'm like, yep. Because I can see it happening. Like, the way you can tell is it'll show your squad icons on the bottom of the screen, but still show, like, the continue and do all this stuff next, like the end of game after action report at the bottom of your screen as well. If that starts happening, it's probably because you're not getting into the next game, and they are. So it's happened quite a bit of times now, quite literally probably 50% of the matches, and it's a little annoying because they have to back out and we have to reload for a new match. Not fun. It's just plain and simple, not fun. It's not the end of the world. You just back out and look for a new match, and again, since the matchmaking is so quick, it's whatever. But obviously I'd rather just not do that, so that's a bug that I definitely think should be addressed. And sometimes, this is the last bug that I've noticed, but this has only happened quite literally maybe 3 times in the 12 to 13 hours of playing I've played. Sometimes your gun will just not appear. This has been a Battlefield problem for years, though. Like, this has never, like, in Battlefield 4 this happened, Battlefield 3 this happened. You will just be running around sometimes, and if you switch your weapons too fast or something, I don't know what triggers it, but sometimes it'll just, like, have an invisible, you just won't have a gun in your hands, and all you have to do to fix it is just press, like, switch weapons again, and you'll get it back. But it's weird. I don't know why it does that. and it is definitely there. So I'm just saying it because if any developers are watching or whatever, that's a bug that's happening. So that's all the bugs that I've noticed so far, though. That's literally it. That's the only bugs I've noticed. And 2 of those are definitely not fun, having to back out of games because one of your squad mates just doesn't get put in the game with you, and the menu music playing throughout the entire game for some reason for some players. Those 2 are really annoying, but the other 2 are just not really that bad. As a matter of fact, the one where the guy just randomly flies into the air while walking over debris is hilarious. Like, it makes for some freaking funny moments, especially when you're like trying to shoot somebody and they're running at you or whatever, and they just start flying up in the air somehow, and you're like, what the hell? That one, honestly, if they didn't patch it, I wouldn't mind. I think it's just funny. It doesn't really make any big difference. Might get you killed every once in a while, I guess, but like, it's not the end of the world in my opinion, man. Next thing. This is just so those are all the bugs, like I said. So now we're back to just like the pros and cons again. This is just a recommendation for the Battlefield developers. I think something that they could do to make the game a little bit better. I would just take out the short slide. I think the long slide, so for those who don't know, when you're running and you press your crouch button, you'll slide a little bit. But if you double press the crouch button, you'll slide probably like double the distance as the regular slide. Yeah, I don't think we need the first slide. I just don't think we need that. I think the second slide, the big one, should be the only one. Having to press my right stick, R3, twice every time I want to slide is kind of pointless when, like I said, I feel like nobody really uses the shorter one anyways. Everybody's just going to use the longer one. I think, I don't know, I personally would just remove the entire first slide and not make people double press the slide button. I just think it feels kind of weird. It's almost like in Call of Duty, you know how they have like tactical sprint? Everyone just sets it to that. So that no matter what you're doing, you just tactical sprint whenever you press the sprint button, because it's just better that way. Like, who's going to want the regular sprint when you can tac sprint in the game? It's just better. It's the same thing with this. It's like, who would want to do the short slide when you can just do the long slide? I would recommend just taking out the short slide. One big complaint I have actually in the game, and this is not Battlefield's fault at all, is the players themselves. This is something that I wanted to bring up, but I didn't know how to bring it up without like offending people, and I don't want to be like that Battlefield guy that's like, Call of Duty players, pfft, get out of my game. But yeah, if you want to like have a true Battlefield experience and not get frustrated with your teammates, squad up. Get yourself a squad, get yourself some mics, and squad up, because there have been an unbelievable amount of time, like I can't even count them anymore, amount of times where I die, I'm sitting there on the ground waiting for a revive, and there's like four blueberries within 10 meters of me running around that can it tells you they're medics, so they could absolutely heal you, come up within quite literally a meter and just run the other way, and they just don't do their job. They just run right by me. Just don't play support if you're not going to revive people, for anybody that's new to the Battlefield franchise. But also, this is not a Battlefield problem. I just wanted to bring it up because it's freaking annoying me, man. I'm just sitting there like, oh man, I died, but it's okay. There was one guy, I got like 5 of my teammates behind me. Oh yep, they killed him. Sure, they cleaned him up. Nice. Oh nice, there's a medic like within 5 meters of me. Oh nice, he's coming right to me. Oh, never mind, he just ran right over me and just does not care. It just doesn't. For those who don't know too, it's literally like 10 times faster than any other revive in Battlefield history. All you have to do is just tap the button so quickly. As a matter of fact, at this point in the video, it might be the gameplay that I took where I was playing as support and reviving people. Look how fast I revive people. You literally just run over them and just go beep and just keep running. Like, you don't have to even stop or nothing like you used to have to do, but they don't do it. And so it's really annoying sometimes. Just something that else. Also, another thing, as a matter of fact, again, this is probably just a problem with the fact that there's a lot of new people getting introduced into the Battlefield franchise, and I don't want to make fun of them. I don't want to scare them away from my game. It's not like I don't ever like send a message and be like, hey man, do your job. But engineers, for the love of God, man, do your job, please. I mean, there's so many games where it's just tank domination, and don't get me wrong, it's obviously happened in old Battlefields as well too, but never this much for me, man. There are so many games where either we're dominating with tanks or they're dominating with tanks, and which is the reason why I think like right now that the bigger maps like New Sobek City and Operation Firestorm are kind of some of the weakest right now, because I honestly think that since there are so many new players introduced into the Battlefield franchise with Battlefield 6, they just don't understand the power of their gadgets as an engineer. Like, they don't understand how important it is to take care of a tank. A tank can quite literally change a game. As a matter of fact, my worst game I've had of Battlefield 6 so far, I went like 10-13. This is quite literally like the only game I've gone negative in. But we got demolished. And the reason why? There's a guy on the enemy team named Chronic. He went 45-0 with a tank on Operation Firestorm. I felt like I was the only engineer. I wasn't even playing engineer. I just switched to it because I knew there was a problem that nobody else was addressing. So I would start shooting it with missiles, but he had a guy right behind him. He's probably squatted up. See what I mean? play with a squad if you want to actually do good. He was probably squatted up because there was a guy right behind him with a repair torch the entire time, just healing him every time I shot a rocket at him, and nobody else was even trying to destroy the guy. And it's like, I know there were other engineers. Obviously, there were probably other engineers on my team, but they just weren't even trying to destroy vehicles. Like, that's part of your job, man. If you're gonna play an engineer, I really think you guys should just do that. But this, again, obviously, I want to make it abundantly clear. I'm not saying that's a Battlefield problem. That is obviously just what's going to happen when you introduce a bunch of new players to a game they've never played before, with a lot of different mechanics and nuances that it takes time to learn how to do in the Battlefield world. Totally understandable, totally get it. It's just a little annoying, and if you want to avoid it, squad up. Every time I play with my friends, all you got to do is go, hey, I'm behind you, I'm dead, come revive me, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I'm coming, and they come and revive you. It's significantly easier, and if there's a big tank that's dealing a lot of damage, you could be like, all right, everybody switch to engineer real quick. We all switch to engineer, take care of it. It's great. It's great when you play with a squad, but right now they're a little weird. This is another thing, but again, this new players, I don't want to try and scare anybody away from the game. Just start to learn the gadgets are very useful in this game, but they make a big difference. It's not like Black Ops 6's field upgrades where it's like, oh man, I can stop one grenade. No, like they're pretty big game changers there. Next thing, I actually already kind of mentioned this. I think personally that on Operation Firestorm in particular, they need to reduce the amount of tanks that each team can have. You can have up to 5 tanks on the map at any given point, for those who don't know, and that is just a bit much. It really is. I don't know if that's how it used to be in Battlefield 3 or in Battlefield 4, but in this game in particular, it definitely plays a lot faster than 4 and 3, and so I think having 5 tanks is, for each team, a little too much. It feels like that entire map is just based on tank combat. Like, it's just, I don't know. I know it's really risky to say things about vehicle combat when you're reviewing a Battlefield game, because that's like what all the Battlefield players love, is the whole vehicle combat aspect of it. But I think Operation Firestorm in particular needs to be looked at in terms of their vehicle combat. There's just a little, they just feel way too strong on that map, and I think infantry just stands absolutely no chance on that map, which is a little unfortunate, obviously. Next thing I wanted to bring up, this is a good thing. We talked about a couple of bad things so far, so I want to bring in a good one now real quick. The skins and the camouflages in this game are freaking perfect. I've seen people complain about them being boring. No, they're not boring at all. They are not boring. I think they are absolutely perfect, and I wouldn't change a single thing about the skins and camos. We will get into something else about these in the future that I think they should do, but nothing I would change about the ones in the game already. And honestly, I know this is blasphemy. I know everybody freaking hated on XQC when he said it. They hate on every single YouTuber when they say it, but I'll say it, man. I really think that if they want to add battle pass stuff or some sort of like seasonal content drops or whatever in this game and make it so that you can pay for a premium pass or just get the free pass or whatever, I will 110% be paying for the premium pass, and I will absolutely support that choice from Battlefield, because I think they've made an absolutely perfect game. However, and I want to make them more money than I gave them, because I think they worked their tails off and gave us what we wanted and promised us what they said they were going to do, and I support the hell out of that, man. We've been saying about Call of Duty, we've been saying that about Call of Duty for years. It's like, if you give us what we want, we'll pay you. And what's the difference with Battlefield? They gave us what we want. I will absolutely pay for a battle pass if that's what they end up doing, and I think it's actually a smart idea. I really do. But with all that being said, Battlefield, I will immediately stop doing that and immediately stop defending those tactics if you don't stick to your roots. The second you start adding a pink skin, an anime skin, crossovers, cartoony stuff, extreme over-the-top bundles where the weapons are like shooting gas out of the sides of them or whatever, I will not be supporting that anymore. Right now I am, because I think if you decide to add some sort of camo that you can get through Battle Pass, I think it'll be cool and grounded in reality like the rest of your camos are in the game and skins or whatever. But if you stray away from that, I will not support that anymore. Right now I think it's great though, and again, I know it's the hot topic and every freaking Battlefield player is like, idiot COD fan. Not every game needs a Battle Pass, but I really do think that this game would greatly benefit from one. I think it would be awesome. Like, I don't see the big downside to having a Battle Pass in the game with seasonal content drops, as long as they actually give us content. Like, obviously, if they give us like a battle pass but no maps or no new guns, that's a problem. But if they give us like new maps, new guns, and yeah, they want to drop a battle pass where you can earn nice skins that stay within the game and different little like, there's like badges in the game or whatever, there's charms and there's weapon stickers in the battle pass, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Next thing that I think is a slight problem, not really a problem, just a weird thing I noticed though, Breakthrough, the game mode Breakthrough is literally just rush. It is. I don't know why they made that mode. I don't get it at all. It's rush, but instead of planting a bomb, you capture a flag. But it's the same premise, and I don't get that mode whatsoever. I think it's just a worse rush. If you want to play a game mode like that, just play rush. It's better. Next is another tank problem, actually. Just take the tanks completely out of squad deathmatch. I actually haven't played regular deathmatch or regular team deathmatch or whatever yet in the game, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know anything about what's going on over there, but I have played a lot of squad deathmatch with my squad. We have a good time, actually, and we've won like a lot of them. Actually, we're really good. We're beasts, if you will. But take them out. Yeah, the tanks will single-handedly win whatever squad that gets the tank the game, and there's really not much that you can do about it if you spawn too far away. And yeah, I know, you can go engineer, but again, dude, we already mentioned this 10 minutes, like not even 10 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago. Nobody does that. So if you're one person with a freaking missile, he's just going to notice you immediately and blow you up. Like, you can't do that. Even if he doesn't blow you up, you have 3 missiles. You can't blow up a tank with 3 missiles. And if he's playing in a squad deathmatch game, it's probably because he's got a real squad with him and they're communicating, and so he'll have somebody repairing him. No, it's too. I don't think this is fun at all. I think having the tanks in squad deathmatch is a horrible idea. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. Absolutely, in my opinion. Next is there is no kill cams. Obviously, that's Battlefield. There's never has been kill cams, but because of that, and since it's 2025 now, finding out if a player is cheating is 10 times harder than any game that obviously does offer kill cams. Things that immediately pop to mind is Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, where it's really easy. You can just, if you suspect a guy of cheating, watch the kill cam. Does it look like he's cheating even more? Okay, now you're probably pretty right. In Rainbow Six Siege, you could even go an extra step and go into match replay and watch him the entire game and see what he was doing. But since there isn't that in Battlefield, it's very, very difficult to find out if a player is cheating now. It's just like, it's almost actually impossible. There's no way to actually prove if a player is cheating now, unfortunately, especially since this game has a really strong and sensitive spotting system where it's like pretty much if anybody even looks at you, they spot you for a little bit of time. And so there are definitely times where it's like I get killed but from like somebody shooting a rocket launcher at a wall that I'm hiding behind, and I'm like, how did you know I was there? But then I think about it and I'm like, it's probably because I was spotted by somebody else that saw me. And so I just wanted to bring this up because if you think there is some sort of cheating problem in Battlefield 6, which I'm gonna be honest, man, I really don't think there is. I know people hate to say that, but I don't think there's that many cheaters just yet in the game. But if you really do think there is a lot of cheaters in this game, just turn PC crossplay off if you're on console, if you truly believe you're going against cheaters. But so far, I don't think so. Also, as a matter of fact, speaking of the kill cams real quick, or the kill thing real quick, I think that Battlefield should absolutely go back to the old death cam system where it follows the player around and highlights the player after you die, not just the silhouette of where he killed you from. I think that just like, I don't know what the point is of that. It seems like they're trying to protect the player more, which I never thought was a big problem in the old Battlefields whatsoever. So yeah, I would just go back to the old death cam system where when you die, it highlights the enemy and follows him around until you respawn. I think that's a great idea, and it worked in the past. I think it'll work here. Absolutely. So yeah, that's just something I wanted to mention with the whole kill cam things, or not kill cams, but the whole cheating like scandals. And again, like I said, 2025, man, it's like every freaking competitive video game nowadays has cheaters. So don't get me wrong, I think for sure eventually there will be a lot of cheaters on Battlefield 6, but as of right now, I personally don't think I've noticed any, and I think it's okay. Next thing that this is not a complaint, but just something I would change. I love how support plays both roles as a medic and a munitions guy, but at the same time, I think you should give the med pack back to the assault class. This might be a hot take. I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking about this, but as of right now, man, I feel like the assault class kind of feels useless for the team, at least. Like, recon has always been about recon, you know? It's for intel. You spot players extremely easy. You have gadgets to help you spot players. You can even, spawn people on you or whatever it may be with the spawn beacons. I don't know if that's in Battlefield 6 actually, so don't quote me on that, but in other games they have been there. That's recon. Support has always been support. It gives you ammo, it gives you ammo, and mainly it just gives you ammo, but it also has the LMG for obvious suppressive fire, so people can run by. And they are the tanks. They are the ones that are supposed to be alive at all times and just freaking laying down fire, laying down cover. Engineers are the engineers. They get rid of vehicles and they help your vehicles. Makes sense, and they do that in this game. Assault has always been a medic, in my opinion. Assault has always done the job as a medic, but again, maybe this is just because my last Battlefield I really sunk a lot of time into was Battlefield 4, and so maybe it's changed since then, but if it has, I still think they should go back on it. I really think that Assault class should always be the medic class. It worked that way perfectly fine. Having support be the the munitions guy and having Assault be the med pack guy worked great. But now the Assault class just kind of feels like a, I hate to say it, but a Call of Duty class, where it's like that guy, whoever's playing Assault, they're extremely selfish. They're just trying to frag out and just trying to get as many kills as possible, which doesn't really make any sort of difference to the team. And I hate playing Assault. As a matter of fact, it's probably my least played class right now, because there's not really anything you're doing except for killing people with the gun, which obviously every class does that. So I think giving the Assault the med packs back would be a good idea. They also used to have the defibs too. They were like the reviving class, and now the support has that too. Like, support just does all the actual heavy lifting for the team, and Assault just does nothing. And I don't know really why. I think they definitely dropped the ball on that. I think they should go back to Assault having all the healing icons. Next thing is, you know, I'm just gonna rip off the band-aid. I'll say it since nobody else will. Everybody, I think, is afraid to say it because they don't want to be that guy that says it, but I'll say it. I don't care. I think the game should have some sort of mastery camo or mastery badge or whatever to give players the incentive to truly grind every single weapon in the game. Like I said before, I think the skins and the camos in this game are absolutely incredible, and the level 50 variant or whatever to the weapon that you get is really cool and perfect. It fits the Battlefield theme, and the Battlefield theme perfectly fine. I love that like copper camo that it has. I think it's great, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, there's no real, you don't really get any sort of reward for grinding every single one of those guns out. And I don't know, I think it would be cool just to have one. Like, I know it's a hot take, and I know people like hate when I say that, but I don't know why. Like, I don't get why people get so mad about that. I don't understand why there would be any sort of downside to having a even bigger grind than the one that's already in the game, which is, right now you pretty much have like the equivalent of like a gold camo in Call of Duty in Battlefield, right? When you use a weapon enough, you get that mastery camo at the end of the weapon's upgrade cycle, I guess you can call it. But that's it. And I think they should definitely just give us one more. And same with the badges. The badges are super cool, and you get new badges as you're progressing weapons. I think it's every 10 levels. You go from bronze to silver to gold to platinum, and then to like some weird red one as the final one. I think those are cool, but I think there should also be, again, some even cooler one for doing it for every single weapon in the game. I just think it would be cool. And I'm not saying, for the love of God, I am not saying give us a freaking dark matter. No, I don't want some bright purple camo on my guns that's moving around and animated in Battlefield. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that if they made an even cooler but still realistic camo for Battlefield 6 for getting all the guns to level 50, it would be, I think that would be just beneficial to the game, and just give another players even more of a reason to grind it. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. I think it'd be awesome. Next is just a big thing I want to praise, actually. It's something that I freaking love about the game. Menu music in this game, absolutely incredible. Now, I hate when it's playing throughout the entire game, as we already mentioned before. I don't like that. But when you're sitting in the menu and you're listening to that menu music, it literally takes me back to like the Need for Speed Carbon days. I freaking love it. I love the menu music in this game so much, and I just wanted to mention it. I think it's great. I think the menu music in this game is freaking awesome. Gets you in the mood to go to war, gosh darn it. Next thing is we only have two more things here, by the way. One is they're both downsides, but nothing really major, nothing really bad. As a matter of fact, this one isn't even really a downside. It's just something I wanted to mention. The settings menu is extremely confusing to a moron like myself. Dude, I don't know much about technology. For those who don't know, I'm not great with it. And so when I go into settings menu, there's like 700 different freaking things to look at, and all I'm trying to find is dead zone, because I feel like the game has a very strong dead zone, and I just wanted to find the dead zone. That was literally it. That was all I wanted to find, and I had to go through like 700 different things and looking at all these different menus and all these different icons and sliders to adjust this and adjust that. I just want it to be a little simple. That's all that there is, man. I just want it to be a little bit simpler. And as a matter of fact, man, the whole entire UI in this game is kind of weird and takes some getting used to for sure. And I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna be honest. I just want to go back to vertical, simple stuff. Like when you log into the game, there's a campaign button, a multiplayer button, and like I don't know what the other buttons would be, options and then credits, I guess. I don't know. And that's it. And then when you click on multiplayer, then you can go into the game modes and stuff like that. And that's great. But I just hate this new idea of user interfaces where it's like everything is in some weird horizontal line and it's all right there, and it's just, oh, it drives me freaking nuts, man. I do not like the new user interfaces in these games. And again, I'll get used to it and I'll be fine with it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna like not play the game anymore because the user interface is a little bit wacky in my opinion. And I'm sure it's better for other people, I guess. But for me personally, I'd rather have it just be like regular. I just want to be back to the way it used to be. But the last thing, my first initial thoughts on the game that I've noticed playing it for 2 days is briefing before matches. For those who don't know, when you log into a match, there's like a thing that says like mission brief. Just take that out. I'm just get rid of that. I don't know what the point is in that, but I don't think anybody wants that there. There is like what is the point? You load into a match and it says briefing, mission briefing or whatever it is, and you press A and you get off that, and then you have to press A and choose your class or whatever it may be that you're going to play that game. Just get rid of the first part. Like, just let us, when we load into the game, the first thing should just be choosing your class. Like, that, I don't understand the whole briefing thing. It's the last little complaint I had about this, and it's the last thing I wanted to say about this, are my first thoughts on Battlefield 6, but yeah, it's just weird. I just feel like there's no point for the briefing thing when you load into games. It's just pointless, in my opinion, and I think they should just get rid of it. It's just stupid. But yeah, like I said, that's it, man. That's it so far. Again, like I said, man, so far I am freaking loving this game. I think it's absolutely incredible. I love every single part about the game. I'm so excited to see where they go in the future, and I will absolutely support them if they decide to monetize the game a little bit here. Now, when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. For the love of God, please don't Battlefield. You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I mean. Just don't do it. Okay, if you want to monetize the game, we all support that, but when you go overboard, yeah, okay, we're not going to support that anymore. But yeah, so far I'm loving the game. All the, I guess you could say, quote unquote, cons or problems or complaints or just things I would change about the game so far are all, again, things that definitely does not ruin the experience. All these things are super freaking minor and just some things that you might notice, like the briefing before matches. Dude, it's one more press of a button. You know, it's not the end of the world. I don't care if they actually get rid of it or not. I just think they should. You know, personally, I'd rather it be gone, but it doesn't change the game for me at all. Same with like the UI, for example. The UI is fine. I'm used to it now, especially since Call of Duty's been doing it for years too. So I get it, but I just rather would have it be simple again. It's just all these things that are just, if I really had to like dig and find problems to talk about. But overall, the game is absolutely incredible, and I'm loving every single second of it. The graphics are amazing. The destruction is amazing. It feels like war again. It feels like a Battlefield game again. I have not been this happy for a new video game since a long time now. Probably since I was in high school, and I'm 25. I feel like a kid again playing Battlefield 6, and it is absolutely incredible. I love every second of it, and overall, if it stays the exact same way it is, but they just give us more content, I won't complain. I won't complain at all. Like, okay, well, I'll probably complain a little bit about the bug where it's like, for some reason, when you start a match with a squad, it doesn't actually start the match for all players. That bug in particular is the only one that I actually think is like, okay, I think they should address that pretty fast, because it's really annoying. You have to like back out of the matches over and over again. It's not fun. But besides that, the game is incredible. I love it so far. I'm having an absolute blast, and it takes me back to the Battlefield 4, Battlefield 3 days. And I think they got something good on their hands. I think EA and DICE, you guys got something good on your hands. For the love of God, don't drop the ball. You have a history of doing that. Don't do it this time. You're doing great. Either way, guys, that is the end of today's video of my first thoughts, my initial review on Battlefield 6. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other videos I'd see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias and any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great moment jumbo. And I'll be leaving a comment down below with my new YouTube channel, where I'll be just yapping and doing other random stuff. There's going to be no theme, no upload schedule, just a random video channel. If you guys are interested in watching that, down in the comment section down below. But in the future of this channel, like I said, I'm really enjoying Battlefield 6 right now, having an absolute blast playing it. I love every second of it. So I want to make some Battlefield 6 videos. Sue me. I don't care. It's my channel. What you can do about it. And so in the future, for video ideas that we have, we're going to go over the top 10 maps that I think should be brought to Battlefield 6. Like I said, I think they should remaster some BF3 and BF4 maps. So we're going to go over the top 10 maps that I think should be remastered in Battlefield 6, and ranking all Battlefield 6 maps as well. I am absolutely going to be ranking them all, because I already have my thoughts on them. I'm going to play again a little bit tonight, and obviously a little bit tomorrow. By the time that video goes live, I'll be playing for like a couple more days, so I'll have even more time under my belt. But I think so far my ranking on that is pretty set in stone on how I like the maps and stuff like that. And I also obviously want to 100% do a ranking all weapons video as well, because who doesn't want to do a ranking all weapons video? Those are always just so much fun to freaking do. But obviously I don't have all the weapons even unlocked yet, let alone enough time played with each weapon to actually give you guys an accurate like rating of them, in my opinion. So I'm not going to do that for quite some time. Like, that video will be probably like a month from now. It's going to take a while before we do the ranking all weapons in Battlefield 6 video, because, by the way, that's another thing. If anybody's done a ranking all weapons video on YouTube yet, do not listen to them. They are lying for content. They are lying for views, absolutely, because they want to be the first ones to do it. There is no one in the world that has had enough time to play Battlefield 6 yet to unlock every single weapon and use every single weapon to the point where they understand if they're good or not. It's just not possible. Like, that's not, no, the game has not been out long enough. I don't care how much XP you get per game. You're not doing that. It's just, again, no, it's not possible. Okay, the last weapon in this game you unlock at level 50. I'm level 25, and and I've been playing for like 12 or 13 hours already, and the game's only been out for 2 days. That's 48 hours total that they could have played as. The levels obviously get a whole lot harder as you go. No. Okay, just plain and simple, no. They don't have as much time. If they're ranking all the weapons in Battlefield 6, they're lying out their wazoo to you guys, so just so you know. But eventually I will do that for sure. I really am excited for doing that. So far, though, if you guys just want to know which ones my favorite weapons are, the MP5 for sure. I love that weapon. I think it's really strong. The MP7 is really fun, but I don't think it's great. I just really love MP7s, though. They're just such cool weapons, so I always use them, even if they're not that great. But I don't think that one's great or anything, but I really am enjoying it. The G36C, I think it's called like the B36A4 or whatever. That gun is not that good, if I'm being honest, but God, I love using it. It is so much fun to use, even though it's kind of trash. And I haven't really used much of the carbines yet. I've used the M4 a little bit. The second one, the M277 or whatever it's called, I used that one a little bit. I got the third one unlocked, but I never used that one yet. Never been a biggest fan of LMGs, so I haven't really used those too much. And like I said, the snipers just feel so weird. I don't really care for those. The shotgun is broken, by the way. If you are like a noob and you want to just get some easy kills or whatever in Battlefield 6, use that pump action shotgun. That thing is freaking disgusting. It can one shot from like 20 feet away. It's so broken. The pistols are really weak in this game, which makes sense, and that's how they should be. And yeah, I guess that's the DMRs. So I only used the second DMR. I haven't used the M39 EBR yet because I just don't really care for DMRs, and I was like, yeah, this one looks kind of cool, so I'll try it. The second one sucks, okay? Whatever that second DMR is horrible. I freaking hate that one. But I think the first one is probably a lot better. So if I had to guess, that one would be fine if you're a DMR fan. But I just don't really play with DMRs. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling about the weapons so far. But like I said, I haven't really had a lot of time to play with them. So far, my least favorite weapon, if you want to know, the second DMR. Like I said, that one is just trash. I hate that one. But also, the freaking second LMG. I think it's called like the D27 IAR or something like that. It has 30 rounds in the mag, more recoil than the ones with 100 rounds in the mag, and the only payoff is it has a slightly better fire rate. It is trash. I hate that gun so much. The freaking second LMG is horrible. I think they tried to go for like a U100 MK5 deal from Battlefield 4. No, that's not what that is. That is not what that is. As a matter of fact, you do that. That LMG is in the game already anyway, so even if you did try doing that, why? That LMG sucks. I hate the second LMG. It's really bad. I'm not a fan of it at all. That's probably my least favorite weapon in the game, besides the second DMR. The second DMR is also trash, but that's it. That's it for right now. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.